Hey everybody, and welcome to the stream. This is an extremely exciting one for us, mostly because it's our first one, and also because we are introducing our first ever NFT collection for Team Tailwind. We'll do some intros first. My name's Mike. I'm CEO of Tailwind. I've been a game designer for too long, 17 years. Worked for some really cool companies. Including Jagex and King. And now we started Tailwind 18 months ago, and we've had a really great ride. We've managed to get some really good VC funding. So we're a team of 25 now working on metaverse platforms. We're doing a lot in Roblox, and we've had a great partnership with the Sandbox for a while now. And now we can reveal our first project that we've been working on them with. So I'd like you to meet some of the team who are here with me today. So we have Gina.
Yeah, hi, I'm Gina. I'm Chief Operations at I was about to say the Sandbox, not the Sandbox. I wish, maybe one day. Tailwind, and I just keep the ship running, really.
I think Seb will have a thing or two to say about that, Gina.
Yeah.
Dan, over to you.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. I am the lead designer at Talewind Studio, and I've been working on this project since the very beginning. It's exciting times.
Fantastic. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to talk about our first collection. It's called Very Important Beings. And yeah, were we going to start with the trailer, Gina?
Yeah, let's show the trailer first, and then we can get right into it. I don't think you're ready for this, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, there we go.
Love that so much. Also, hello to the chat. We're getting some questions and just greetings through in the chat. So thanks for joining us, guys. Really appreciate it. Dan, maybe you can start us off by talking a little bit about stepping back from the collection and just adding some context to the project that we're building at the moment, some of the lore, and just kind of what's like going on in this world.
Absolutely. I think this is actually the world premiere of the Multiversity, which is pretty cool. But yes, the Multiversity is a science fantasy world that we're building. And in it, the students, or rather the players in the Sandbox, are going to be able to socialize on the campus. They'll be able to travel to other worlds that we've created to essentially catalog and safeguard these powerful artifacts. And these will be a lot of the NFTs that we'll be seeing going forward in future. So the first release really is actually and the focus of this drop is going to be this campus that you're seeing just now. This is like where everyone can hang out. And what you'll be doing here is just trying to enroll in the Multiversity, figuring your way around campus, meeting some new people, meeting some of the staff and the faculty and some of the cool characters, and just figuring out what's.
I like that you said trying there, Dan. Might not be as easy as you think, right?
Yeah, well, there's always twists and turns when crazy science magic is.
I love that stained glass. That is absolutely fantastic. It's so cool, and there's a telescope there, I think, as well, that just snuck on the screen.
It's beautiful. Yeah, we've really tried to build in lots of little details into this world that not only just look great, but sort of tell a bit of a hidden story behind this place. Because although it is quite sci-fi, there's also a lot of underlying stuff going on. There's a lot of history there.
I think that's my
one
favorite.
Of which
was.
What is, Mike?
The butterflies there with Boo.
Oh, they're so pretty. Yeah, so one of the things about this Multiversity is that it's been founded at this spot in the multiverse, which is really rich in this substance that we've called Nova. And Nova is essentially this crazy substance, which is the stuff of potential. So when people come into contact with it, when they're exposed to it, or when things are exposed to it, it tends to bring out their promise or their potential. So this is what makes the Multiversity this really interesting place for students to study in. It's why these artifacts are really supercharged with power, and it also means that lots of unexpected and slightly crazy things can happen as well on campus. It's also one of the key things that connects together a lot of our other games in the Tailwind portfolio. So this isn't the only game that we're working on. We've also got another title that we're making in Roblox called Breezy Bay, and Nova plays a big role there as well. So this is like a cross-platform piece of lore that actually ties some of the stories together. We've also got characters as well, like P. Falcon. He's one of the founders of the Multiversity. Very,
he's a little bit of a heartthrob too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very boisterous, very adventurous Falcon man who's always getting into trouble. But he hails from the world of Breezy Bay as well. But we've brought him over to the Sandbox as an important character. So really trying to create this interconnected multiverse of cross-platform games is at the heart of what we're trying to do here. And this is also what we want to try and accomplish with the NFTs as well. So they're not just bringing real value in terms of like how they can be used, but they also kind of interconnect between the different games as well. So we've got lots of juicy stuff planned for those. But yeah, that's the context. Shall we delay no further and see some very important beings?
Yes, please. Over to you, Gina.
Oh yeah, let me just work out how to present. Here we go. So yeah, we've been leaking these guys all over our socials this week. If you've been following us, then you'll know who we're about to leak. But yeah, let's go right into it. So this is Pal, the cutest little robot you ever see. So Pal was created to look after a world of full of children, but the children grew up and left the planet. That's really sad. But Arenda, who we'll meet her later, rescued them, and now they look after the students on campus. So in the game, Pals will be guiding students around the campus and failing to answer any questions you may have. And apparently Pal also really likes your hair, which is nice little confidence boost on campus too. So we've launched Pal. He is rare. He costs 15 sand and 200 copies. So I would grab yourself a little Pal, little friend, to guide you around the multiverse.
On that 200 copies point, it's quite tricky to say because I think the Sandbox website is maybe lagging a little bit. But if you are following the status of the collection, things have been selling very, very quickly, too quickly for my like, because I really want to buy some and I haven't managed to get everything yet. But yeah, at least 18 copies of Pal have already been sold. So yeah, there aren't 200 anymore. So if you do want him, I recommend that you head over.
I mean, who wouldn't? Look how cute he is. Like, he's just real great. So yeah, moving on. Our next very important being is Eve. Professor Eve to you, that is. Eve is the Multiversity's professor of ancient pasts and distant futures, but they're all the same to her. When the full Multiversity experience opens, she'll be taking students through the lecture portals to different worlds like ancient Rome, but not as you know it. So Eve is also rare, also 15 sand, and we minted 200 copies. I'm not sure how many are left.
Just don't ask her age. It's very rude.
Don't ask her age.
It's also too big.
Those cheekbones are telling, I think.
She also has some really cool animations. So on the marketplace page, if you've probably done this before if you're vets of the Sandbox, but in the top left-hand side of the little the box where you can see the 3D model, you can drop down and you can try every different animation that she has. And she's got one in particular, which is spectacular.
Would you say she's a real head turner?
Hey, I would indeed.
Yeah, I bring nothing but the cheese to these. Okay, next one is the Grimoire, which is mighty fine, might add. So the Grimoire is a book of the Grimoire is a book of the most powerful spells in the multiverse, and it really likes to be scritched on that spine of his, but only by its owner, Arenda, who we'll talk about next. So yeah, the Grimoire is also rare, also 15 sand, and we did mint 200 copies, but I heard from our socials, the Grimoire got the most traction. I think everyone really liked those little legs. He does walk around pretty fast, so yeah.
I'll answer one question from chat quickly, just while we're here. We were going to do them at the end, Just a couple of very quick ones just to break the flow. So any news on the start of the season 3 alpha? We don't work for the Sandbox, so we don't actually know the date, but my assumption as a fan as well is that it's going to be within the next 2 weeks, but don't quote me on that. And how big is your land that you're using for this experience? So we've actually got a 6x6, so 36 land tiles. This campus that you see here, land 1, that is, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's a 2x2. But then, so this is a 2x2 for the first campus, but we've got a lot more land that we've lined up for future experiences. And there's a lot of cool plans that we have for some of the other ones as well, to get more of the community involved with doing some building on our stuff. So yeah, keep an eye out for that another time.
You've squeezed every voxel out of that 2x2, Dan, haven't you?
Almost every inch has been used. It's been used well.
It looks insane. I can't wait to fully experience. Okay, moving on. It's the one, it's the only, it's Arenda. So Arenda is the dean of the Multiversity and the head of arcane science, and heavy hitting with those magic stats as well. Look at that, she's a beast. Sorry?
She had a good stat roll, actually.
She really did,
24
yeah.
out of 25 power as well. This is my favorite, Arenda.
It'd be pretty embarrassing if Arenda wasn't very good at magic, though.
It really would, wouldn't it? Should have been like a squib, just waving that around. But yeah, so she uses Nova, which Dan explained earlier, the way magicians use magic. But no one really knows where she came from. But we're guessing it's probably a world where dogs have 3 eyes and speak in a Welsh accent. So yeah, Arenda is epic, obviously. 50 sand, and we minted 50 copies. Not sure how many are left at the moment.
Very few copies left. If I have a look now, I think there's 9. 8. There's 8 copies left of Arenda. So we've actually sold 41 copies already, which is ludicrous.
Oh my goodness. I mean, she is amazing. I would definitely check out those animations on the store page, because she loves to stick her tongue out, doesn't she? Cool. And then on to the planetarium, which looks, we saw a sneak peek of it in situ in the video. It's insane. This is a model of the Nova system, which the Multiversity orbits on an asteroid. And it was built by one of the Multiversity's most important figures. And rumor has it, if you look really, 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 really closely, you might be able to see the Multiversity too. So the planetarium is epic. 50 sand, 50 copies at the time of minting. So yeah, that's the planetarium.
I absolutely love this one. You can just sit and watch it all day, just rotating. It's so
did you buy one in the end, Dan? Did you manage to get hold of one?
I haven't yet. I might miss it.
You better hurry up. There's only 9 left. 9 out of
9.
Yeah.
What?
You sold 40 planetariums already. Dan did say to me yesterday that he really wants this one.
Dan's going to sign out of this AMA now.
He's turned his camera off. Just want to say hi to everyone that's joined us in chat. It's so cool that you want to spend half an hour with us today. Thank you so much. And if you do want to spend more time with us in the future, please join our Discord, follow our socials, sign up to our website. We'll push that a bit more later on, but yeah, now's a good time to say, like, if you come to our Discord, you'll get good bants.
Bants, yeah, and leaks all the time. Yeah. Okay, and then we're coming up to our last very important being, who might be one of the most important beings in this package, and it is Orchid. So Orchid, Dr. Orchid Mantis, is one of the 3 founders of the Multiversity and head of Wisdom House. She's from a world that prizes wisdom above all else except kindness, because you can't have true wisdom without empathy. So being a legendary asset, she'll confer the most powerful benefits in the Multiversity and in our other games too. So yeah, Orchid is legendary and is just looks insane. 250 sand, 10 copies that we minted. I'm not even sure if any exist right now.
I have some bad news for everyone here. I'm pretty sure she's sold out already. I think we've sold all of them. Oh. If you do want Orchid, because Gina does and she couldn't get one, she's not happy about this.
I will pay sand.
I think there's going to be resale on Orchid already. I think someone bought 4 copies. I don't know who you are. Whoever you were that bought 4 copies of Orchid.
Put your hands up and I will ask you very nicely.
Please, can you list 1 or 2 of them on OpenSea so that someone can buy them, even if it's a bit of a markup, because we want Orchid. I mean, I did get one, not bragging. But yeah.
We'll have to share. Maybe I can take a cloak and you can have the rest. Or something.
I mean, who can say no to those goggles, right?
I know.
Such a look.
We might have to just actually print some real goggles because they're really cool. Might have to do my
2D doesn't quite do her justice though in like 2D voxel. Like we do have some concept art for her that we can share on the Discord. It may even be in this presentation later. I'm not sure. But yeah, the concept art for her, and also just when you see her in 3D as well, she's pretty special.
So yeah, that wraps up the very important beings. But as mentioned, there are other utilities that these bring, and that I'm going to hand over to the very capable hands of Dan.
Thank you. Someone was asking in the comments, actually, what benefits they'll get for buying. I'm going to answer that with a whole slide. So, Satyam, this one is for you. You'll be quite pleased, I'm sure. So, as I said before, we do have other games in the pipeline. The Sandbox is just one part of this sort of interconnected whole. And really what we want is for these NFTs not just to have value because they look awesome and they're really cool to have and you can use them in the Sandbox and everything, but also because they're adding real value, real benefits to some of the other games that we have as well. So for instance, if you purchase a rare NFT, in this case, you'll be getting access to some exclusive in-game cosmetics. This could be like an accessory or a visual effect or something related to the NFT. So if you bought like Arenda, for instance, you might get her cool little cap, or you might have some magic effects around you, this kind of thing. Just something that you can use to show off that you own this NFT, which is pretty cool. If you have the Epic NFTs, if you hold on to these and you play some of our other games, you'll actually be able to get access to some stat and gameplay boosts. So this will start tangibly affecting the way that you can play these games by getting like passive benefits and things as well.
Wow, Dan, if they haven't sold out already, then they're just about to after that comment.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
And if you're lucky enough to own or be the person who bought 4 orchids and you're holding all of them, then
first of all, please let you know so she can buy one off you.
Holding them at ransom.
Yeah, you will be one of the few people in the world who can get access to the legendary benefits as well. So by owning a legendary NFT, we're going to give you the ability to get some powerful, actually like tangibly powerful benefits in some of our other games as well. So one of the examples we like to throw around is for Breezy Bay. This is a very crafting focused game. That's a big part of the economy. Potentially, if you own a legendary NFT here, you can craft a very unique item which is related to the NFT that you own, and then you can trade this with other players. So you can become the sole provider of this cool new thing that only you can make in the game, just to flex a little bit. You know,
I'm going to go and cry now because I'm devastated.
But never use, you can never get access to that.
You can never get access to it.
Well, so in like a crafting game, then yeah, it gives you like a really cool recipe perhaps. But so say one of our other games is like a hack and slash roguey type game. Then maybe in that game, it's like a really powerful ability, like an aura that can heal all of your allies around you. So we really want to make sure that these are meaningful and that they offer gameplay utility. So what we're not promising is like play to earn mechanics. So we're not promising like you're going to get these assets and you're going to use them in a game and you're going to earn real money from the game necessarily. But what these assets are utility backed by a great portfolio of games. So it's kind of like buy this one Game Pass per se, and then you can kind of get that value across multiple products. So that's kind of what we're pitching here with these assets.
We've also got a Talewind token airdrops, which I kind of glazed over. Wonder what that could be.
Should I say a little bit more about this?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
I can say a little bit about it. I don't want to say too much because this is just huge. This is everything. So we're working with the best in the business. We're working with Animoca, who are actually an investor in our studio. I mean, everyone knows who Animoca are. Everyone's heard of them. They're like the best, and they've like agreed to work with us for a token launch. So Talewind tokens coming to you at some point. We're very, very, very early on, super early on. But what we want to do with this is we want to reward Tailwind asset holders, so holders of this first batch of assets and future batches of assets, with airdrops of these tokens. So we haven't done the white paper, so we don't know exactly like other ways that you're going to gather these tokens, but this is going to be a way that you can sort of get Tailwind tokens. And so a common will give you a small amount, a rare will give you more, epic more, and then a legendary will give you the most. So I'm very inspired by a game called Splinterlands with this. Play far too much Splinterlands, fantastic Web3 game on the Hive blockchain. And yeah, like holding those assets not only allows you to do well in the game and in tournaments and in brawls, but also you get kind of airdrop points, and it just rewards you for having those assets. So the main thing we want to do is, the reason we're using these is it's a cool tech that we want to use to help reward the community, tie things together, tie the whole ecosystem together, and see how it goes. So yeah, that's like, and then this combined with what Dan was saying earlier with the shared narrative across games as well is why we're super excited about what we're building here. I think that's it on the utility, maybe, apart from the profile pictures, but that's just pretty standard, but it's going to be pretty cool. Gina wants an orchid profile picture. Please sell her one.
Stop rubbing it in my face, okay?
You snooze, you lose, Gina.
Yeah, I snoozed. I snossed, I lost.
Right. Oh, actually, I was wanting to take a quick couple of questions to answer. Someone said, did you choose to mint only 10 orchids, or was that a restriction from the Sandbox? Funny story, the Sandbox restricted us to 5. Marion, who's in this chat, told me to do 5. I was a bit naughty. I did 10 instead. Sorry, Marion, please don't. So yeah, I think for scarcity reasons, it's really important that the legendaries have fewer copies. But I had a feeling it would be very, very popular, especially with these prices. So it's worth saying at this point that all of the prices, even the rares as well, they're very low deliberately, because we're not doing this for money. We basically just wanted to do this first batch 1 sale to kind of reward early adopters and so you can get these assets now, and then hopefully they'll and we can add to this collection. So the future asset sale will maybe be bigger and maybe slightly higher priced, but I guess we'll see. Sorry, is this, I'm not sure who's doing this slide. Let's have a look.
This is you. So
oh, this is another exciting announcement. Sorry, there's 2 exciting announcements. So this one is anyone that does buy one of these assets today in this batch, I think for a week. So for the first week from today, if you buy one of these 704, I think it was, assets that we have for sale up on the marketplace right now, you will get an exclusive free, this little fella, the Lucky Street Lamp. It may even be plus 21 luck. He may be even luckier than we're letting on. So this is a common asset, but we're not actually selling it on the store directly. So yeah, so there's 1,000 copies total, but 704 of them will be given out to people that buy these. So if you buy 20 assets from this sale, you will get 20 street lamps, street lights. So yeah, and then these again will give you Tailwind tokens, and because there's only 1,000 of them, because they're so early on in our collection, which is going to go on for years and years and years, this is going to be quite a sought after item as well in the long run.
It is amazing how cute a street light can be, like totally adorable. It's amazing.
He's so joyful. Look at him hopping around.
Yeah,
and you can probably spot him in the background of
endearingly bends into you. Is like, yes, how may I help you?
I hope Pixar hasn't trademarked that.
That's
we need to get some fan art of the Lucky Streetlight. Any like fanfic pictures of him with like googly eyes and things. Who knows? I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this right now. If anyone sends to our Twitter some fan art of the Lucky Streetlight, we will choose. We can allocate like 5 Streetlight NFTs to give away for the best fan art. So yeah, feel free to send the Streetlight.
Crikey! Here we go. Told you, he's the king of leaks.
So tag the Multiversity Twitter account, or do it in our Discord, either. Cool.
Right.
Is that it?
I think we're going to wrap up now. But thanks everyone for joining us and for joining us on our first ever AMA. And the world premiere of the Multiversity. So we just wanted to highlight that we do have a growing Discord where if you do join, you'll get first notice on future drops, behind the scenes access to the game and our incredible team, and the opportunity to shape the future of our games, because we're always looking for feedback, and we know that there's some insanely creative people out there. So yeah, join us on our journey. Give us a follow on Twitter as well for future giveaways. And don't forget to grab yourself a slice of the Multiversity history at the Sandbox Marketplace, where you can grab one of these, well, not orchid, for yourself. But yeah, thank you so much.
Actually, I forgot to announce was we are launching the campus experience of our game. It's not in Alpha 3, it's going to be in Alpha 4. So yeah, I think Alpha 3 is going to be on for 10 weeks, so it's going to be a while until you get to play our game, but it's going to be really, really good by the time you get to play it. So keep an eye out for that later this year. But again,
I'm sure it'll be leaked more than enough up until then. So
yeah, I'm sure we'll show
it feel like you can play it, just not physically.
Mm-hmm. And to answer you, Shay, yes, there will be special roles for NFT owners and Discords, and there'll be special roles depending on what rarity item you own too. And so yeah, come and join us. And we're happy to take some more questions. I think we've got some time. But have we answered all of them? I'm just like scrolling.
I can't see any. Oh, someone said, what is the price of the assets? So the price of the assets, if you go to the marketplace link on the Sandbox, if you go to Sandbox Marketplace, NFT Collections, it may even be in the chat. I think Marion might have linked it. She might be able to link it again kindly. But then you can see the prices there. So yeah, I think mostly the only ones left probably are going to be rares, and they're 15 sand each.
Cool. Yeah, I think I've answered the question. So thank you so much, everyone. It was really lovely to present to you. We're going to end again with the trailer that we love, just to kind of end with a bit of a kick. But yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. See you in Discord. We've been Talewind.
Talewind.